The polar configuration, or as Joseph Smith called it, ancient Earth, was divided from time to time, meaning that one or more of the orbs were separated from the polar conjunction and sent off into space. Wandle Mace recorded Joseph Smith's remarks on the subject. Eliza R. Snow, Joseph's wife, wrote a hymn that expressed the same truth. Parley P. Pratt claimed that fragments of Earth, meaning planets, would return in the latter days. These fragments had been broken off from Earth, meaning separated. The original magnitude of the planetary configuration was tremendous, but over time became diminished with each division until only Earth remained as we see today. Joseph Smith explained that the reason for the repeated division of ancient Earth was its size. He explained in a public meeting in Vincent Knight's house that the Lord believed the original size of the world was too big. For this reason, the Earth was divided and then subdivided. According to the early saints, there were 4 specific divisions of the Earth: the days of Enoch, the days of Peleg, the 10 tribes, and the crucifixion. In his public discourse at Vincent Knight's house, Joseph Smith named 3 of the 4 events. Eliza R. Snow, Smith's hymn, mentioned the division at the time of Enoch and the removal of the planet with the 10 tribes. Parley P. Pratt named all 4 events. The first time the Earth was divided was in the days of Enoch. Genesis records the event without an explanation of what happened. Enoch simply was not because the Lord had taken him. Paul, in his epistle to the Hebrews, shed a little more light on the subject, saying that Enoch was not found because God had translated him. The Book of Moses, partially restored by Joseph Smith, records that Enoch and his city fled the earth and was taken up into God's bosom. In a revelation to Joseph Smith, the Lord reiterated the fact that he had taken the city of Enoch, called Zion, into his heavenly bosom. Though the scriptural record is silent on the actual details of the division of the earth at the time of Enoch, Joseph Smith was not. Joseph Smith knew exactly what happened. Some of what he learned about the city and also the 10 tribes came from the Egyptian papyri he obtained from Michael Chandler. Joseph knew that Enoch and his people had been translated, not tasting of death. This was the reason for taking Zion away from the telestial earth and its inhabitants. Enoch and his people were now of a different order and could not remain on earth. A separate orb was necessary for their higher order of existence, and so a planet was created by separating the city and the piece of earth upon which it stood and placing it within the solar system.